Guys, Craig and Anne at AusCamping. Today we're at Bimby Park at Cape Otway. Bimby Park's one of our favourite places to stop when we're showing people the Great Ocean Road. It's nice and central. Today we've set up, as you can see on the CX3 Pro, we've set up the full Annex. There's a couple of other awnings like this that go out the front and the back. I haven't set those up today. Thought we'd set it up and show you what it's all about. Comes right out the front here, big window, screen on the top and clear on the bottom, so you can roll these up into two positions so you've got full ventilation, or if it was rainy you could leave it down so that you've got protection from the rain but you've still got light coming in through your cleaners. Door and window at the front on this side, and another door and window on the back end. So come in and have a look. StarVision have done a really good job of this. They've got the window here, so when you're cooking, you're not trying to get past the bench to go to the door sensibly placed on the outside. A nice big window here and another one behind the refrigerator. The fridge slide is also inside the Annex. So unlike some other campers where the fridge ends up outside, this Annex goes right around the front of the van and it allows you to have your fridge inside your Annex. So we were really pleased about that. It's a nice, easy setup. It looks a little bit daunting when you first get into it, and what we thought we'd do for you today is show you how we got to this stage. So let's rewind, we'll go back to where we started and we'll walk you through the setup. See you soon. So welcome back guys, this is where we all started. As I said, it's a little bit daunting when you first get all the canvas out. You've got 4 large pieces of dark grey canvas, 3 light grey, what resembles a poly tarp, a scary number of poles, and a big bag of pegs and guy ropes, and there's even some instructions in there for people that read instructions. And of course, the anti-flap kits. There's 4 pieces to make up the 2 anti-flap kit bars for the ends. So the first thing I'm going to do is minimize this. What resembles a poly tarp is the bucket floor. You can velcro that in later. We almost always camp on a sea gear mat. That's our mat of choice, so I won't be needing that, so we'll get rid of that. We're putting the Annex up today. These awnings that come off the front of the Annex, they're really easy. You saw one up earlier. I'm not going to put those up again. There's 3 of them. One that goes across this wall, one across the front, one across the back. Okay, so we're going to minimize those. I don't need my big bag of guy ropes and pegs because I'm not putting up any of the awning. And the scary number of poles, well, there's one here with a hook on the end of it. You want that. Then there's one with a square saddle and a round saddle on it, and you'll want that. And then there's the bent one, and you'll want that. So they're numbered 7, 8, and 0. Those are the 3 poles you're going to need. The rest, only if you're putting out the annexes, the awnings on the sides, or if you've got the old style ensuite. Remember the old style ensuite, the back end, the ensuite goes in through a sail track, then it has 2 poles and a spreader bar. So if you've got the new ensuite, you're still going to have those in your kit. So all the straight poles, which are numbered 1, and the spreader bar, which is numbered 3, you can just get rid of those because you don't need those to put the Annex up. So now, not so scary. Anti-flap kits. Let's have a talk about anti-flap kits. I forget the brand of it. I will put it in the comments of the video, but there is the original anti-flap kit and it's really well designed. It's got a great copyright on it, so nobody else can copy it. And as a consequence, I think probably we will upgrade to the traditional anti-flat kit. The one that StarVision supplies does work, but I've found a couple of tricks. One is, first undo these, nice and loose, and slip off the cap. Okay, so that cap that just goes in there, that's what's responsible for clamping the canvas when you run it along the edge. Do yourself a favour, take it off to start with. We'll pop that down there. We'll do the same on the other one. Just undo the thumb screws and take the cap off. Now, we can put the two pieces together without fighting with the caps. We can fit it into our awning edge, adjust the width and tighten it up. Now, I like to leave a little bit of play. Hear that? A little bit of free movement, because what I want to be able to do is I want to be able to take this off and on like that. Just rest it back against the camper if you like. But by being able to take that off, I'm going to make my Annex installation nice and easy. And the last thing I'm going to do is put these caps on. Okay? So let's have a look at our walls. I've got them sorted out here on the ground, but when you're trying to sort them out for the first time, I find it easier to stand outside so I can see the outside of the canvas. That's the outside there, with the storm protection around the door, and of course the inside just has the zipper on here. Tall end should be against the camper, short end, see this bit here, should be out there, because that's the slope of the awning, right? To get the awning set up right, I've just set these bars so that they're about parallel. That should give me the right height. Now, I could mess around with this wall and put the whole thing up in one hit. I could, but I'm going to show you an easier way. I'm doing it on my own, so let's do everything easy. It might take a little bit longer, but I want you to see how you can do it on your own if you have to. And then if you're not on your own, you've got a partner to help. You might skip this bit and just put the whole wall up in one piece. So, zip and Velcro. I've just taken the triangular piece off the top of the wall, and I need to fit it in here. The other piece I'm going to take out is this edge here. Along that edge, Velcroed on is a piece that goes into the sail track. So we slide that up into the sail track. You notice I've already got our skirt on. Typically I put the skirt on every time we stop because it stops the breeze coming in and underneath the van. But the skirt's self-explanatory. I'm not going to run you through that. I'm pretty sure you know how to do that. You just button it on. It's dead simple. When you put this piece in, bear with me while I take it out again, you'll notice at the top, Velcro on one side, none on the other. At the bottom, Velcro on both sides. There's a little square patch. Okay, that goes at the bottom. The reason we want that at the bottom is because we attach it straight away to the skirt. Okay, now we've got an edge to work to. Then we're going to find our triangle that we took off the top. And now you'll see why I like to take the caps off the anti-flat kit, because I can release the locking bar and just come around here and have a look under here. You'll notice under the anti-flat kit there's two sail track channels. The walls go on the inside one, the one closest to the inside, okay? The outside one is used if you want to put that other awning out the edge. But by disconnecting this, it's really easy for me just to slide that through with one hand, Flip it back up again. Lock it into place with the locking lever and the pin that goes into the hole. And it's done. Now, normally we carry a little ladder. We didn't have one today, but Bimby Park were kind enough to lend me theirs. And you probably see from that side, all I'm doing is bringing the canvas in to the edge of the ceiling, edge of the roof, and velcroing down through the pop top. Okay, if you just come around into this back corner and have a look what happens here. So just come around over this way so you can look back up in, and you'll see I've velcroed it down the pop top. Bring the canvas over and just velcro it into this strip here. Okay, you see the shape starting to form now. Same thing at this side. Sorry about the tree. We got all cute and we decided we'd park between these two trees. And it's great right up until you put a wall up. So then pull the canvas over top of the crossbar, bring it around, and you'll see it's got this weird shape to it, but it actually wraps around the bar and velcros on, and Annette might come in there. You can see how I've created a corner. Okay, so that's that. Now I've got a frame to put my wall into, but before I worry about putting walls up, I'm going to repeat the exercise on the other end. I find it easier if I've got all the framework up first, and then I can just zip the walls in. Now, bear in mind, this is only the second time that we've put this annex up, so we're not proficient at it yet. And I think what I'm going to do is I'm not going to connect these parts in the future. What I'm going to do is I'm going to pack them all separately, and that way I'll know that I can just grab them and put them on, and I'll have less work to do. And I won't be talking to you, so it'll happen even faster. Okay, same thing at this end. You see I've already got the caps off this. I'm going on the track on the inside. I'm leaving the outside track vacant if I want to put this awning out. Lock that back in with the locking pin. I'll grab my ladder. And we can just pull the canvas around the pop top, velcro it down through the edge, bring the canvas over top of the crossbar, everything's ready to go there. Same here, over top of the crossbar, and remember I made a little corner at the other end. I'm going to do the same thing here. So let me see how that goes. Forgotten myself. Okay, here we go. So I can put that all back on itself and create the corner. There we go. And again, down the edge where it comes around the fridge, there's another one of these. Little square piece of Velcro goes at the bottom. And the main Velcro shows out because that's what we're going to stick the wall to. Now, I set my position on this based on where it meets the skirt. So the skirt onto that little square piece of Velcro, and then pull this one up, and we can attach everything in there and put the storm flap over it, and we're ready for a wall. So the only other one we need to do now is the front. Is it the front or the side? We always argue about this. This is the front, that's the side, or this is the front, but then I don't know what those are. You can call it whatever you like. So we look for the top. The top is the piece with the rope edge for the sail track. Look for the zipper. So you can see how much time I'll save once I don't keep putting these back on. But I wanted to put them on today because the first time you do this, that's how you're going to see them all attached. So, outside, inside with the zipper. So making sure we've got it the right way round. We slip it into the sail track on the bottom of the roller. And if there's two of you doing this, one person can guide this end, the other one can pull it through, and it'll be even easier than what I'm doing here. So, this is why I like to put this up before I put on any of the walls, because now I can form my corners. This one goes here, this one comes inside there, velcros down, and the same at this end. This one comes through here, pull that through, and we can velcro that in there. Wrong way round, sorry. Velcro that in there. And we start to form our corners and our walls. It just makes it a little bit easier to get that done now. Okay. And then you've got a choice. You can put walls up or you can not put them up. Entirely up to you. But at least if the weather came up, at this point, you could very quickly put your walls in. So the next thing that I'm going to do before I put walls in is I'm going to show you how I finish off our anti-flat kit. Now, as I said, there is another brand. It's fairly well known. I just can't remember what it is, but I'm going to put it in the comments. Much easier, but StarVision, unfortunately, they're limited by copyright, so they can't just go ahead and copy the other ones. They've done a pretty good job. These work, but I think the other ones will just be a little bit more easy, and I'm all for easy, so we're going to actually upgrade to the other brand. But if I put this on top and I angle it, see, like that, push it in, and then push it down and clip it in, then I can tighten it up. And if I clip it in, could be the wrong one. Okay, hear that? That clipped in. And that one clipped in. So then we can just tighten the thumb screws up. I either need longer arms or I need to move my stool. That's that one. And that's that one. So I apologise if this is getting a little bit boring, but when we did our last setup video on our camper, our previous camper, everybody said that they really enjoyed seeing the whole setup without cuts, so that you could see exactly what we were going through. And so we've decided to do the same thing today. We're not cutting anything out. We're showing you every little step. And as I said, this is only the second time we've done the full annex, so we're not proficient yet. But I don't think it's too bad. Despite parking between two trees and making life difficult for ourselves. Okay, so that's the anti-flap kit on. It's the top sections of all the walls. So now anytime I feel like it, I can zip walls in. And if it's a hot day and I don't want walls, I can unzip them, leave all the framework in there, and zip them up again at night time. It just gives you some flexibility to do what you want to do, because I'm sure you're sick of hearing it, but Annette and I say it all the time, everyone camps different. So you do you, and have the flexibility to change up to whatever you want on the day. And as a one-person job at this point, once you've got all that framework up, it's really easy just to Velcro in the walls, zip them in, run the Velcro down, the Velcro runs all the way down through the draft strip, go around the back and rub the Velcro surface down so you get a good strong hold. These straps here just go around the poles, not going to worry about them right at the moment. They're way too long, I will be shortening them. But if you just want to put up an end wall as a windbreak, the straps are handy because they stop it from flapping. Next wall. This is the one that everybody's worried about, because this is the one that goes around the fridge and isn't quite as self-explanatory as you might want it to be, but it actually is really simple. So clip this one in. So I'm just hooking up the zipper first. Annette won't be able to see that with the camera, but I'm pretty sure you all know how zippers work. So we'll run that through there. And then come around the outside. And we'll just Velcro through this strip here. Now I find it easy just to put it flat against the side, follow the curve around, and it'll sort itself out later. Run it all the way down the draft strip. And we've got that corner done. So, a little bit of a tidy up here. Run it around the corner, and we've got the form of our corner. So Maybe Annette will come inside for this bit with the camera. And you can see that process from the inside. So, StarVision logo on the outside, the storm flaps on the door openings on the outside, plain zipper on the inside. Now, this is a fairly long wall, but again, StarVision have thought forward a little bit and they put a nice long string on this. So if I go up here and I hold that and then I pull this, even with one hand, or one-handed I should say, two hands, come along, I can hold the wall up with one hand, pull the zip with the other. Sometimes it's the little things that other people don't think about, and that's what we like about this camper. The little things have been thought about. Alright, and we can Velcro in there, and what we do now is we start to form our wall. We zip into here. Now, things don't look particularly straight at this point, but don't worry about it. Hook your zips up and then the Velcro will make sense after that, because this goes around a corner, remember? You've got to get past, we're creating the fridge alcove here. So we do the zips up, then have a look at your Velcro. We can organise everything so that it sits properly. Okay, I'll come back to that corner. Let's have a look at the poles. The bent pole. And this turning point in the zip. So the turning point in the zip is going to be the bend in the pole. And then this one comes up and hooks over our crossbar. So we can tighten that there. This one drops down. That becomes our leg. And we can push that out there. And we've got Velcro loops here so we can tie it all together. I won't put the rest in right now. Then we want this one with the hook on the end. Okay. The hook goes in here, just above the fridge. There's a little eye. Drop the hook in. Move our pole back out. Open up the lever on this pole. Put it over here. On the bends, a fairly good place. And then stretch it out and lock it in place. And then we have one more little short pole. And that's just to give us a little bit of water runoff so this doesn't bag. If it was really bad rain, you had a lot of water coming down, you want to make sure that you've got this support in here just to make sure that the water can't sag there with the canvas and pull. I've got this corner to zip up and then we're done. So I need my zipper at the top. A little bit of zipper magic on those zips won't hurt either. And then we can just go through and we can tidy up the storm points to make sure that the water's going to run off around those. And there you go, guys, full Annex setup. Did I start my stopwatch? No, I didn't. You can see how long it took. I think for a second time round, that's not too bad. We're going to get faster at it. I've given you a couple of tips on how we could make it faster. Not stitching all the canvas edges onto the main walls, changing the anti-flat kit, but you know, it's a good space. we're warm, we're dry, we're actually really hot today because we're at Bimby Park and it's stinking hot. But there's your Annex setup. Hope you enjoyed it. If you've got any questions, feel free to ask either Annette, myself, or on the video. Just write a comment. Subscribe and follow, and we'll be following up with some more information. Thanks.